update some stuff real quick. All right, let's get going. Today, I'm embarking on a little side quest of trying my hardest in the next hour and a half, because I got to be somewhere at around 12:15, to make a WisprFlow clone, because the other day, last night actually, I've been using WisprFlow more recently, I guess, and yesterday I actually ran into my limit, which is only 2K words per week, which is insane. And I think that this is just going to be a really simple, especially building it locally and like not deploying it to the app store or whatever. I think it's going to be really simple to like make a WisprFlow clone so that I don't have to pay, I think it's like $12.99 or something, $12. It's not that much money, but like we're all software engineers. Like we can build literally anything now. I've never built a native iOS app or native, Mac OS app, but I think that we can do it. I was chatting back and forth with Claude just a minute ago, and I think we have an implementation plan, high-level idea. Yo, what up, Mason? Welcome back, dog. Yeah, I'm trying to build my own WisprFlow because I don't want to pay for WisprFlow, and I think it's going to be super simple. And hopefully I'm able to do it by the end of the stream in like an hour and a half. So let's get going. We got to start off where all good projects start, which is in GitHub. What are you up to today, Mason? What's cooking? GitHub. Create a little cheeky repository. We'll call it Soku voice. I'm going with like the Soku theme for everything because Soku in Japanese means immediate or immediately. And so everything that I'm kind of like building is like speed, right? Like quickness. So Soku voice, maybe that's immediate voice. I don't know. We'll put to private for now. Soku means immediately in Japanese. Did I say that? Yeah, so Soku voice. We'll go there. Working on a client proposal for MVP SaaS project. First development, big project. If I get it, hell yeah, dude. When you get it. It's going to be the first development project when you get it. Let's go. All right. Let's clone this bad boy. Do you have a landing page for it yet? I guess. Oh, it's a client proposal. Sorry, just kidding. I told them I'm not a software engineer, but I can get it done for sure. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Get clone. Going into Soku voice. Yeah, I know. I'm aware that's an empty project. We're going to go into VS Code. I'm trying to speed run this, by the way. So if new window. So if I zone out, you'll know what's up. Said you told him you're not a software engineer. I had to sign an NDA so I won't be able to live stream the build, but I have other things to build. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, NDAs are always weird, dude. Some companies have like proprietary information that they don't want people peeping. So I get it. But what is this? Oh, open folder. Dude, is Code wigging out for? Is VS Code wigging out for me right now? The other one wasn't. Hello? I'm just trying to do a new window, big dog. VS Code's wigging out. Nice. Well, I guess we'll just quit and start again. There we go. Whatever. All right, let's open a folder and Soku Voice, empty project. I need to move these into a better folder structure, to be honest. Go away. We're going to open the terminal. We're going to drag and drop some. We're going to drag and drop some implementation plans in here that I quickly generated with Claude a minute ago. And today is an even day, so I guess we're using Codex, which makes me a little bit happy. Yesterday I used Claude for some design stuff, dude, and it was hot dookie. I've been using VS Code for the past 7 years, and so I was just like, I think I'm just used to it. I used Cursor for about 3 months, back when it first came out, and it's pretty sick. But I just didn't use all of the Cursor features, and so I just stopped paying for it and defaulted back to VS Code because, I mean, Cursor is just a layer on top of VS Code, right? Do you trust the content? Yes, I do. Yes. So, yeah, because I mostly do most of the agentic development, or AI assisted coding, whatever you want to call it, in the terminal anyways. So I don't need all of Cursor's fancy stuff. Yeah. Really? I've never heard of that. It banned you? That's insane. Did I send you a cease and desist? Like, what does that mean? All right. So since I can't talk into my WisprFlow voice thing anymore because I ran out of usage, I'm just going to type it. Read the files in this directory to understand the project scope. That's insane. I've never heard of Claude banning anyone. While we're doing this, I do just want to go ahead and... Dude, it's so pretty annoying. Git status, git add, git init, git push. Now we have Soku voice, and we have some architecture in here. Nice. Okay, so let's see what Codex thinks of my implementation plan so far. This is currently a documentation only repo with voice flow. Well, it's going to be Soku voice. Byte, Rust, Grok Whisper, and Claude Haiku is hold global hotkey, record mic audio, transcribe via Grok, clean and transcript via Claude, paste clean text in the active app using the clipboard plus simulated. Yes, exactly. Change the voice to Soku, or change the to Soku voice. I'll just put it right there. Thanks. Okay. I wonder if I did /goal on this one. I think that's, I thought that was a Codex / command was goal. Huh. Weird. Unrecognized. Weird. Well, I thought the /goal was a Codex thing. I know it's a Claude thing now, but model, fast, idle permissions, key map, vim, toggle experimental features. Maybe it's that. Terminal resize, memories. Oh, right here. Set a persistent goal, continue over time. Let's try that. This might eat hella tokens, but follow the documentation and complete the V0 of Soku voice. Let's see. Off the rip. Architecture MD, implementation plan MD, and readme. Failed to read thread goal. Failed in TUI. Let's. Okay. Failed to read. Okay, let's start over again. Can we see the full terminal? Oh, you can't see it? That's weird. Oh, did this change? Oh, I must have I messed up the streaming size of the screen. My bad. I didn't notice. Appreciate the call out though. Sometimes I don't like how OBS. We'll go there. I think that makes sense. Okay, sometimes I don't like how OBS the UI is. Sorry for the screen moving. It's probably super annoying as a viewer. Jeez, my bad. Okay. Codex update. We'll do update Codex real quick just to get the latest version. And then Codex. Goal. I think I could just go up, up, yeah. So I said, follow the implementation documentation and complete V0 of Soku voice. So we can go through the architecture real quick. Pretty simple. Using Tari, which is like a web view version, I think, of iOS or Mac OS native, like quote unquote native applications. I've never used this, but it's like apparently super simple. And since this is just going to be for me locally, like I'm not going to release this to anyone. I don't really care that much. And like, if this works for me, you could probably just go back in this video and do it for yourself. And like, you could have a semi-free voice to text implementation on your local computer, you know, minus LLM costs, which we're using Claude Haiku and Grok, one of the Groks for like, Grok does the, I want to say Grok does the initial transcript, audio to voice, and then Claude cleans it up. But they're both like cheap models. So, so yeah. Hopefully I can do this before noon, because I got, or 12:15, because I got somewhere to be at 12:15. We're speed running this side quest, dude. I am gonna need a Grok API key though. I know that for a fact, and I don't have one ready at hand. So let me go in here. Grok. Or is it XAI? Wait, which one are we using? Grok Whisper API. Grok API. I've used Grok before. It's been a while though. Start building. I'm almost positive. We'll try GitHub. Dang it. Oh no. Go back. Try this again. Yeah. Okay, I just need API keys. I'm gonna do this off screen real quick. I know I'm just gonna need this, so create API key. We'll call it Soku voice, no expiration. Copy. Okay. Good there. I'm gonna go save that to like my Notes app or something for now, so I can quick copy and paste it when I'm ready. And then I'm gonna need a platform, a Claude API key too. Go to API keys. Do this off screen as well. Create API key, Soku voice, add, copy key, done's go, back to here, paste it in. All right, so now we have our keys ready to go for when Codex asks us for it. I need to go in here. Since I'm only using the $20 plan for Codex, because I haven't really used it in the past, I'm always curious of what my usage is going to be, like the usage, how quickly the usage limits get used up. Because I just have no barometer for like how much we can do in a $20 a month 5-hour session, basically. On today's Wednesday, on Monday, I seem to get pretty far. Using Codex. I coded. Well, I don't think it's in here anymore. I was looking at this car the other day, dude. How bad is that? My God, she's so hot. I love an R8, dude. I love an R8. Codex had 2x on Pro. Oh, really? That's kind of nice. Anyways. I love an R8. Okay. I was about to do something. I was about to show you guys something. Can't recall what it was. Oh, it was I was gonna show you what Codex built in 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, with one prompt, one master prompt, and then a couple auxiliary prompts to like get more assets in there. Localhost 3000. Codex did this in about 25 minutes, which I think is a beautiful website, landing page, whatever. Correct, Mason. Yeah. So I made the plans actually. I was asking Claude, like, are you familiar with WisprFlow? I was like, yes. I was like, I want to build something similar, voice to text. I don't care about like the whole, like all this tracking stuff. I really don't care. Styles, snippets, all this stuff. I don't care. Just want the voice to text and like to paste it in. Totally doable. It gave me some different options. It was like, oh, you're a React TypeScript guy, so go that way. Electron, which is like what VS Code is built on and stuff like that. Gave me some options on API, different API model, different voice to text models, Grok Whisper, DeepGram. I've never heard of this. Whisper CPP, which I've never heard of this either. And so I went with Grok. Ask it to be iOS native, or just like on my local computer or whatever, so like a desktop app. Gave me some more ideas, MVP path, all this stuff. Anyways, came to the end. I landed on a stack per se, and it gave me 3 files to work with: README, architecture, and implementation plan. And so I just drag and drop those into, I drag and drop those into a new repository, and I'm using the /goal / command right now, and we'll just see how far it gets us, right? And I just said, what was my prompt? Goal: follow the implementation documentation and complete V0 of Soku Voice. That's all I gave it, right? So one prompt, and it's going to go through the architecture. It's going to go through, which is pretty heavy. I mean, 350 lines. Implementation plan. Install Rust. So I already did this. PNPM. Yeah. So I want to say we're going to use up all the usage before it gets done, to be honest. Because it hasn't even started coding anything yet. I could be wrong. But yeah. Yeah, because yesterday after my WisprFlow free usage expired or whatever, I used it all. I was like coding, like typing everything again. Super inconvenient. And I just don't think that we're gonna have to pay for it, right? I think we can just host a dev app locally. It's gonna always be running in the background, and I'll probably pay $1 in API usage a month, depending on how much I use it. Right? I don't think it's gonna be 12. It'd be interesting to know, to compare, as the month at the end of the month, see how much my API usage was, and then compare that to something like WisprFlow and see what their margins are, because there's no way to know what a company's margins are on the actual software that's running. So that'll be interesting to know. Like, I wonder if it'll be similar. I wonder if it'll be really close to $12 a month. Probably not. What is this? I'm confused. Where is this doing this stuff? Oh, maybe it has to do it because it's a local project. I don't know. We'll just let it do what it's doing and see what happens. I don't know why it's doing it in the private repo, or sorry, private folder. That seems weird to me. We'll let it cook though. We'll let it cook and see how far it gets us. I'm almost positive we're gonna run out of usage though. Yeah, I don't know why it's putting it in private. What? Is there a by the way in Codex? Like where you can ask a question before it finishes the previous agents. Oh, sorry, side conversation in an ephemeral fork. Maybe it's that. But I need to ask it a question about what it's doing. Oh, it's a fork. Yeah. So if it's a fork, it means it's coming off of our current conversation, I think. I mean, that's what forking is in GitHub, at least. Why are you writing files into the private folder versus the project folder /soku-voice. Let's see if it gives me a cheeky answer. Because the main checkout is that users, which on main existing uncommitted doc edits, I created a separate Git work tree to avoid mixing implementation changes into a dirty checkout. What? That said, it's not the best. Yeah, I know. It's writable and isolated, but it's easy to forget and can be cleaned up by the system. A better choice would be one of, yeah. We're still part of the same Git repo work tree on the branch. Are in the temp path. I'm just not sure why this is even a thing. Control C to return. Control C, isn't that to quit? Control C. Okay, yes. Yeah, not sure why why it's putting it in private. That's insanely weird to me. What Mason, what niche are you building that that pitch for? You may have told me this the other day. I forgot though. The client proposal. A guy yesterday was doing yes. A guy yesterday is doing something in like landscaping, which is kind of sick. E-commerce SaaS, you did tell me that last time. I'm checking the REST backend next. This step is the most likely to need API level fixes for current Tari plugin versions. Okay. Currently, for this stream, I want to be able to push a button on my keyboard and talk into my mic, and whatever I'm building right here, turn my voice into text and put it in wherever I'm typing. So basically WisprFlow. I don't know if you know what WisprFlow is. WisprFlow is a paid thing where you can see it down here, I think, where my cursor is, down here. If I push the function key on my Mac and then talk to my mic, wherever my cursor is, when I let go, it'll transcribe my audio voice into text and paste it in there. But I ran out of free usage limits, or free usage. It's like 2,000 words. 2,000 words a week, and it's $12 a month, which isn't that much money, obviously. But I figure if I could spend an hour or less, or a little bit more, and like make basically the same thing on my own and do it locally, why not? And then for anyone else, like if anyone else comes back and watches this video in the future, they can do it themselves and use something like it. I can even share the repository code or whatever and just make it open source. Do you use WisprFlow or anything similar? Or were you saying, or was your question regarding like the one I was working on the other day, not the one I'm working on today? Oh, the other day. Oh, I've heard of that guy. Bridgemind dude. Yeah. Such an inspiration, to be honest. Like, between the live streaming and the stuff that he's building, Bridgemind seems pretty cool. I don't know what everything that he does, like, in there. I know it's like a multi-agent orchestration system or something like that. It seems pretty dope. I didn't know your launch system for real software, so build features, not infrastructure. So creating a repo that is a production level starting kit for anyone who wants to build SaaS. That's like the first thing that I'm building, so people can use that same infrastructure. And so basically you don't have to worry this post once, publish everywhere. This is an MVP that I have, but I'm rebuilding it. Post once, publish everywhere. You start with the source, and then 50 agents in one terminal, which I personally just do not get. I don't understand why you would do that. Maybe because I'm a noob. I just don't think you need 50 agents to complete a task. But if anyone, like, if you know what and why. So I guess Mason, like, what's your main use case for Bridgemind? Why do you pay for Bridgemind? To someone who like doesn't really know what it is, like pitch me on it. What does it do for you? Well, let's take your sign up to support him, dude. You know, and also you probably find value in it too. You probably find value in it too. So I don't know how to pronounce your handle, Quigago, something like that maybe. I don't know. That's literally what I'm doing right now. So I ran out of free usage in WisprFlow yesterday, and so I started typing stuff, and I got pissed, and I was like, I don't want to pay $12, and I'm almost positive that I can build my own voice to text locally in like a couple of hours probably. And so I got an implementation plan. That's true. You can build anything. You can build anything. That was spicy, dude. Jeez. What are those things called? A kolache, and it had some jalapenos in it. I think it was super spicy. Dang. Okay. Any number of free and open source options that are actually coded by people that know what they're doing. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably open source options out there for voice to text. Since I don't care about releasing this to anyone. I was just curious if I could do it or not. We'll see how. I wanted to see how close we could get by using two implementation plans and then the /goal feature in Codex. 1,000 still use go high level and pay allow. Oh wow, dude, I don't know if you're looking at my screen or not, but this is kind of sick. So it's asking me to like drag and drop this into my home folder. Oh shoot, dude, come back. Where'd you go? No, frick. Maybe it was gonna do that automatically. Where do I put this? Scheisse. Where'd it go? Maybe I did something prematurely. Anyways, what'd you say over here? You said 1,000 still use go high level and pay $2.99 or $2.97 to $4.99 a month. Just because you can build doesn't mean you get the support and community behind it as well. Yeah, it's true. Go high level is very powerful though, and very robust. Like you get so much bang for your buck. Even like on the $99 plan, obviously. Well, I tried to drag and drop it, but then like the folder, the window disappeared, which is unfortunate. Proceed. So I don't know where it went. Maybe it's iPhone mirroring now. Go high level is similar to HubSpot or not Airtable. It's a CRM. Go high level is a CRM, but it does a lot of stuff. Go high level has been around for a very long time. I used to use go high level. I thought that the Bridgmine guy was like a pretty decent software engineer though. I don't know anything. Like I've probably watched 30 minutes of one of his streams before. So okay, let's see what it does. It just pulled this up by itself. Last time I tried to drag and drop, this whole thing went away. So maybe it's gonna do it itself. Yeah, it just did it again. It just went away. Maybe I should have just drag and dropped it real quick. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, he seems to be crushing it though. Like I want to say last time I saw like one of his streams pop up, he was at like not very much MRR. But recently I saw another one and he's like at 180 something ARR, which is, what is that? 180 divided by 12. 15K MRR. I mean, it's great. It's like, that's great money, right? Yeah, that's great money. Like who wouldn't want that? That's dope. Hopefully his churn isn't high, you know. I know that okay, yes, don't ask again for these files. I don't know, dude. Like if you pay for something, and it helps you build the thing that you want to build, I feel like there's no problem with that. Like different people have different skill levels, different people need different tools, different origins, the way their brains think are different. So yeah. Yeah, me too. I don't know how to pronounce your handle, Quigago. I work for like my day job, work for a Fortune 100 company. But like for me, it's like, okay, I've never built a Mac OS app, and I'm not gonna like full port into that. And so I don't mind creating an implementation plan with Claude, doing a / goal, and seeing how far and how close I can get to a working MVP that I can use locally. I think there'd be a tremendous value in someone doing the security side of things, to be honest. Rourke can now do apps. What is Rourke? I think I'm behind the times on like new, dude. On new stuff coming up. Rourke, what is that? Create mobile apps using AI in minutes. What a slogan. Who's that guy? Oh, these guys are probably, I don't know. kind of cool. It's amazing how abstracted apps and stuff has become. Who didn't use Rourke? Oh, those guys. Those the guys that are on like the landing page or whatever. That's funny. It seems a little disingenuous to me, to be honest, but whatever. Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting they put those in there. Well, this thing is cranking. See how far we're in. Yeah, 24% left. This goals thing is seems like it's being thorough. I can't tell yet. Because I haven't even seen the app. Hotkey validation test failed. Helper is missing. I'll add the implementation and use the settings screen. So obviously reserved shortcuts don't get registered. Okay. Proceed. I'm just trying to see how far we can get. And I have about 30 minutes left before I gotta split. It would be absolutely insane if we could get to a V0 MVP in an hour and a half using 2 planning files and 1 / goals prompt. That would be nutty. Be absolutely bonkers. I'm probably gonna have to cough up some change and pay for the upgraded Codex tokens. Using tools like Codex and Claude, it makes me think of things like Ready Player One. You ever watch that movie? It makes me think like we're in this kind of world where there's like these side quests that we're doing in life, right? But we have to pay the game to win the side quests, which like in turn will give us more money or give us more things. But it's like we're in the game currently, paying the game to help us win the game. Sometimes I feel like we're in this type of world where there's like dystopian, utopian kind of area. I don't know. Am I the only one that feels that way sometimes? Like we're paying these LLMs to help us, I don't know, get out of whatever current state we're in, but at the same time we're just propagating the same, like, we're just giving them more money. Which I don't mind. Like if you can use your brain and use these tools to crank. Really good movie though if you haven't watched it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's like that. Gamer's a little bit different, the movie Gamer. I don't feel like it's Gamer that much. But this is also a fantastic movie. Kind of the same-ish, well, not same-ish concept, but this is like real people are being controlled by real people. But the people controlling the real people are playing a RPG game, basically, a role-playing game. This is a fantastic movie too. This is way too low. That's crazy. Both of these are way too low. This movie was fantastic. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this. Actually, it was a little edgy. Like there was some edgy things about it, for sure. But it was a fantastic concept and fantastic movie. So no, we're gonna run out of usage before this finishes, and we're gonna have Claude pick it up. Yikes. Hopefully we get to a point where I can just see how far we've gone. Or maybe I just upgrade now. That would be so funny, dude. If I did upgrade, because it's like, no, I'm not gonna pay $12 a month for WisprFlow when I can build it myself, and then my token usage runs out, and then I have to pay $100 just to build the thing. That would be funny, dude. Out of principle, I'm not doing that. Like I don't mind paying $100 for Codex, but out of principle, I won't be able to sleep tonight if I didn't pay $12, so I paid $100 instead. Dude, like, no sir. I am not doing that. That would be crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and boot up Claude as we speak, because that idea of paying more so I don't have to pay less, that's not gonna happen. Hopefully I can tell Claude to pick up where Codex left off, which this is nearing the end. 0%. Yeah. Yeah. Analyze the changes in the, what branch are we in? Because this one says Soku voice v0. Let's go ahead and drag and drop this over here, see what happens before it goes away. Because this is popped up and gone away twice now. Yep, not 3 times. Hopefully it went over there. What I call it? Soku voice. Hello? Well, it's in there. Let's see if it opens. It's interesting. I did /goal and it's still running. Normally, it would stop and cut me off and be like, yo, you're cooked. No more tokens, or no more, yeah. So I did drag and drop it in here. And it's running. So analyze changes in Isoku dash voice dash v0. Oops. v0 branch. Tell me how to analyze the change in the Soku voice v0 and analyze the change in the Soku voice v0 branch and tell me where we are in the implementation plan. Branch. So this has been running for, dude, really? Okay. I don't know why it just randomly logged me out. Okay. Artifacts refreshed. I'm not making the full go complete yet because phase 7 still has external manual gates, Apple signing, credentials, real grok, Anthropic keys, Mac OS, mic, and accessibility permission flow, and okay. Well, that ran for, I want to say like 50 minutes. And we got all of these passing. Still don't know why it's in the private folder. I'm gonna go over there to that. Let's open this. Go in here. Where are these? No. Reveal and Finder. There we go. Don't know why. Soku voice scaffold? What? Why is it two different things? Hey, all right, peace, Mason. Thanks for hopping in. You be good. Yeah, why are all these in here? Not sure why. add folders. Well, let's wait for this to finish first. I'm just so confused why Codex added them to the private folder. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay. I was really hoping we could complete the it's just a Git work tree that got created in macOS temporary symlink separate working directly attached to your Git. The files don't need to live there. You have 3 reasonable ways to consolidate into Soku voice. Cleanest. Yes. I need more coffee, dude. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. I was up late last night doing the HubSpot integration for the actual Soku thing on here. So now when we go in, we can collect user information or visitor information and then know where it came from. Dude, if that would have shown my key just now, I would have lost it because anyways, it shows me, I mean, this is just me, and it shows me where it came from, marketing waitlist, which is great. What model are you going to use for the voice to text? Grok, GROQ. This guy. What do you think about that? What's your opinion? I've used WisprFlow in the past. Yeah. Merge into main. Yes. I gotta leave in 5 minutes. That's such a bummer, dude. if it wasn't my kids' kindergarten graduation, I would stay until the bitter end. But nothing's more important than the kiddos. Nothing's more important than the kiddos. The code will always be there. They won't, They'll grow up and I'll look back and wish that I had more time and stuff with them. So I've got approximately 6 minutes. It's going to be bothering me though the whole time I'm over there. Okay, interesting. You use a local model, GGML base, EN. Let me look at this. I'm not married to anything, dude. Oh, this was one of the suggestions, but I had never heard of it. And the whole thing, the whole idea for me was to, okay. Yeah, the whole idea was for me to just get kind of like a one shot. But this was one of the suggestions when I was going back and forth with Claude. Where are you? Where are you? Dude, actually, where are you? Yeah, right here. So maybe I'll switch to this, dude. Since it is local, like I'm not gonna push this code to the cloud or anything. Well, like offer it to anyone. I just don't care. I'm with you in this boat, dude, where it's like we can build our own stuff. So why use other folks' stuff? Like I genuinely don't understand BridgeMind. I don't get it. I think I don't get BridgeMind because it's like, why are you trying to compete with the people who are like the big dogs, who are like, they have so much R&D into coding tools. Like, I don't want to compete with them. I think most of BridgeMind's revenue comes from viewers of the stream and like people supporting him, which is great. I love to support the homies. I once bought a $279 t-shirt from a homie because he started like his upscale fashion brand or something. A t-shirt, dog. So I'm in full support of supporting the homies, but anyways. So this is the point for me. So that last part, minus the bullshit. I don't know. Yeah. Marketing. Marketing is so important nowadays if you want to build any sort of business revenue with code, with, SaaS or software in different services or whatever like that. Marketing is so important. So I've legitimately tuned in to like 30 minutes total watch time of his streams. Seems like a cool guy. As a developer myself, it's like I'll never use something like BridgeMind. But more power to him, I'm happy that he's making very good money. I will not look down on anyone making using skills and making money. I believe in capitalism though. If he is like scamming people, like don't scam people. Provide value. But yeah. Anyways, I have to go in 1 minute. My wheels are going to be spinning. But I'm gonna take your suggestion, and after I get this running, I'm gonna go back and probably use that little cutie you were talking about, the GGML. I didn't realize it was so small, to be honest. 148 megs is nothing. All right, homies, I gotta sign off. It is 12:05. I gotta go over my kiddo's school. Hopefully, I'll be back, and we'll pick up where we left off. But for now, I'm gonna end the stream. I think it was close to successful. Won't know until I try and open it. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. Peace.